Hello everybody, my name's Gail, and this is my February entry into my year of trying to get better at art. First off, I didn't do a lot this month, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I would try to do more art, but then I ended up working more on videos, and life hits you. And you know what? That's just kind of how it is. You know, you always plan for something to work out and to work on something, and then life hits you with 800 things that prevent you from actually trying to reach your goal. But, you know, despite that, I still felt like I did pretty good for this month. I took a lot more time to do this piece of art, and I will actually put up on the screen, here's my first attempt for January, just as a reminder, and then I did something this time that I didn't do last time, and that was I pulled up some references of images that, you know, I kind of wanted to look at to convey the style that I wanted to go for this time. If you've seen my channel at all, then you know that I like anime and cartoons and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to, you know, draw in that style one day. So this time I took a lot of influence from anime, obviously, as you can notice as I do progress more in the line work. And I wanted to focus more on the girl character that was in my first piece. I suck at people. I think a lot of people suck at drawing real people. So I wanted to focus more on that and try to just like really take my time. And that was the biggest thing this time around, was that, you know, like for the last piece, I think I got it done within 4 to 5 hours, I want to say. I can't remember off the top of my head. This piece took 2 days and over 12 hours, and it definitely shows. Like, it definitely looks a lot better, and as you can probably see by now, the line art already looks miles above what, you know, the character looked like in the previous entry. But it was a long time to condense it all for you. Like, this is at 17 times the speed that I was actually working at. So, as fun as it was, as nice as it looks, this is not, it was very tough. I'll just leave it at that. This was not an easy get it done in one day piece. This was an intense, you know, looking up certain things. I did look up some guides on some line art and some basic digital drawing tips, which really helped out. I will provide links in the description down below to some of the videos I watched while I was working on this piece. But yeah, it just gave me some confidence, and I feel better about this piece because, you know, some of the stuff was like, oh, you know, line art's just a thing that you have to practice and get good at. And I can, you know, show you some early pieces when I started with my Cintiq where I just hated life and hated line art and hated everything about it. And now I feel, especially with this piece, my favorite thing is that line art, because it gives me confidence that I am progressing, at least in this, very clearly, where I can get some smoother lines that end and generally do what I want them to do, and they're not all lumpy like they used to be. So yeah, I did progress, and I am excited about that. But yeah, so this is my February attempt, and I will see you actually in a little bit. So now that a little more of this piece is done, I want to talk about some challenges that I had. One, hands suck. As you see, I just straight up brought over some hands from the internet, and I used those for posing because I was just not going to figure out how to draw a real, set of hands. And I think it turned out pretty okay. It worked for what I wanted. I, cut out a lot of the line work, like, wrinkles and stuff that would go into a real human hand to try to get it to match up better with the rest of the drawing. But it turned out pretty okay. I also realized with adding those hands that I had spent so long on drawing a rope belt and trying to make it look and have the texture of rope, because that is something I want to get better at, is like texture, clothing, wrinkles, all that kind of stuff. And then I realized once I drew the hands that it was pointless because the hands were going to cover up like 98% of that rope anyway, so all those detailing, marks and, edges and stuff that I did with it and making the knot look all nice and like real rope, all was for naught. Which, I'm glad I did it to learn, but really sad that it turned out to kind of not matter in the end product. And you might be thinking to yourself, Gale, something like, clearly the video's almost about to end and you are still only at line work for the girl. What's going on? And the answer to that is that I had footage for another 4 hours of work in which it goes from what you just saw to what you're about to see. And then my cat decided that she was going to come visit me and step on the power button to my computer, and it started to shut down, and that meant that the recording got corrupted, and so 4 hours of work just unsalvageable in terms of recording. Luckily, I was saving my art frequently, so I didn't actually lose progress in the drawing, but yeah, that's why there's nothing here. But I was able to do one last thing. I really was like literally about to end when she screwed up the whole file. But at the last minute, I was doing the final touches of adding a fire effect to what this girl is holding, to create this light that's at the center that's supposed to, illuminate parts of her face and shadows and all that kind of nonsense that I like to pretend that I know what I'm doing, but really probably you can see a couple errors in lighting that show that I really don't understand it all that great. But I'm looking forward to learning more about it maybe in another month. But yes, so that has been February's art journey. It was a long, arduous process, but it was still fun. And I did make progress. I think I made a lot of progress, just taking my time and really focusing and listening to other people on YouTube talk about some stuff. So yeah, this is the before and after, and I will see you guys next month to see where I progress from here. Probably something to do with that dragon, because I want my dragons to look a lot more epic, and they haven't been so far. So I will see you guys next month. Bye-bye! Hi there, it's the end of the video, my friend. Hit the bell if it was okay, I'm sure I'll make good content someday. I'll play some games or do some drawing, Pokemon and fights with darling, video essays and reviews. I couldn't do it without you, so thanks, like and subscribe.